Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Course Podcast. Today we're talking about money. Yes, money. And I know what you're thinking. Money vocabulary sounds boring, right? Wrong. This is one of the most practical topics you'll ever learn. Whether you're shopping, working, or traveling, you need to talk about money in English. And here's something most English courses don't tell you. The words native speakers use for money are actually quite simple. You already know more than you think. So today, I'm going to teach you essential vocabulary about saving and budgets. Words you can use immediately. Words that will make your English sound natural and confident. Are you ready? Let's begin. But first, if you're serious about improving your English, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. New lessons are posted every week. And turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Trust me, your future English-speaking self will thank you. Let's start with the basics. What is money? Money is what we use to buy things. Simple, right? In English, we have many words for money. Cash means physical money, bills and coins. For example, I always carry some cash in my wallet. Another common word is bucks. This is informal American English for dollars. $10 means $10. You might hear someone say, "This coffee costs $5. Easy to understand, right? Now, let's talk about saving money. To save money means to keep money instead of spending it. Native speakers use this phrase every single day. I'm saving money for a vacation. She's saving money for a new car. He needs to save money for his future. Notice how natural this sounds? To save money. Practice saying it. To save money. One more time. To save money. Perfect. Here's another important phrase. To put money aside. This means exactly the same thing as saving money. I put money aside every month. They put money aside for emergencies. Can you see how useful this is? When you put money aside, you're being responsible. You're planning for the future. And here's a great tip. Native speakers love the word aside. It makes you sound fluent. Now let's discuss spending. To spend money is the opposite of saving. When you buy something, you spend money. I spent $20 on lunch. She spends too much money on clothes. Be careful with the past tense. Spend becomes spent. Not spended. Spent. Say it with me. I spent money. I spent money. Good job. But here's where it gets interesting. We also say to waste money. This means spending money on something useless. Something you don't need. For example, buying expensive coffee every day might be wasting money. Don't waste money on things you don't need. This is advice native speakers give all the time. Waste money versus spend money. Do you see the difference? Spending is neutral. Wasting is negative. This simple change will drastically improve how you express yourself in English. Let's move on to budgets. What is a budget? A budget is a plan for your money. It shows how much money you earn and how much you spend. Having a budget is very important. It helps you control your money. Native speakers use this word constantly. I need to stick to my budget. She's on a tight budget. He's working on his budget for next month. The phrase to stick to your budget is super useful. It means to follow your spending plan. To not spend more than you planned. For example, I'm sticking to my budget this month. No extra shopping. Or, if you stick to your budget, you can save more money. Try saying this phrase 3 times fast. Stick to my budget. Stick to my budget. Stick to my budget. Excellent. Another expression you'll hear is tight budget. This means you don't have much money to spend. We're on a tight budget means we must be very careful with money. Students often say this. I'm on a tight budget, so I cook at home. Travelers say it too. We're on a tight budget for this trip. It's a polite way to say you can't afford expensive things. Now, here's a phrase that confuses many learners. To make ends meet. This is an idiom. It means having just enough money to pay for necessary things. Food, rent, bills. Nothing extra. It's hard to make ends meet with this salary. Many families struggle to make ends meet. This phrase is very common in conversation. And honestly, once you learn it, you'll hear it everywhere. And speaking of conversation, are you enjoying this lesson? Then show some love. Hit that like button. It really helps this channel grow. And drop a comment below. Tell me one thing you're saving money for. A trip? A new phone? A house? I read every single comment, and I love hearing from you. Let's continue. When you receive money, we say to earn money. I earn money by working. She earns good money as a teacher. The word earn is important because it shows you worked for the money. You didn't just receive it as a gift. How much do you earn? This is a common question, though sometimes it's considered personal. But there's another way to talk about receiving money. Your income. Income is all the money you receive, usually from work. What's your monthly income? My income increased this year. Income is a more formal word than earn. You'll see it on forms and documents. Now let's talk about expenses. Expenses are things you spend money on. Rent is an expense. Food is an expense. Transportation is an expense. We often say monthly expenses to talk about regular costs. My monthly expenses are about $2,000. Can you list your monthly expenses? This is a great exercise for practicing English and managing money. Here's a really useful phrase. To cut costs. This means to reduce expenses. To spend less money. Many companies try to cut costs during difficult times. Families cut costs by cooking at home instead of eating out. I'm cutting costs by canceling subscriptions I don't use. See how practical this is? To cut costs. Say it with me. Cut costs. Cut costs. Perfect. Another similar expression is to cut back on something. This means to reduce spending on a specific thing. I'm cutting back on coffee. She's cutting back on shopping. They're cutting back on entertainment expenses. Notice we say cut back on, not cut back of. The preposition matters. Cut back on. Try it. I'm cutting back on unnecessary expenses. Great job. Let's talk about some specific money actions. To withdraw money means to take money from your bank account, usually from an ATM machine. I need to withdraw some cash. Can you withdraw money from this ATM? The opposite is to deposit money. This means to put money into your bank account. I deposited my paycheck yesterday. She deposits money every Friday. These are essential banking words. Now, a word many students confuse. To borrow versus to lend. To borrow means to receive something temporarily and return it later. Can I borrow $10? I borrowed money from my friend. To lend is the opposite. It means to give something temporarily. Can you lend me $10? I lent money to my brother. Here's an easy way to remember. Borrow is for the receiver. Lend is for the giver. Say both sentences. I borrow money. I lend money. Do you feel the difference? Let's discuss another important concept. Being broke. In informal English, broke means having no money. I can't go out tonight. I'm broke. He's always broke by the end of the month. This is very casual language. Don't use it in formal situations. But among friends, it's perfectly normal. And don't worry, every English student struggles with knowing when to use informal words. That's completely normal. On the opposite side, we have words for having money. Well-off means having enough money to live comfortably. They're quite well off. She comes from a well-off family. Another word is wealthy. This means very rich. He's a wealthy businessman. Wealthy neighborhoods have expensive houses. These words are more polite than saying someone is rich. Before we finish, I need you to do 3 things. First, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Second, smash that like button. Third, share this video with a friend who's learning English. And here's why this matters. Every subscription, every like, every share helps me create more free content for you. Content that makes learning English easier and more fun. So please, take 2 seconds and help this channel grow. I appreciate you so much. Let's practice some real-life situations. Imagine you're at a store. You want to buy something but it's too expensive. You might say, "That's out of my budget." Or, "I can't afford that right now." To afford means to have enough money to buy something. I can't afford a new car. Can you afford this apartment? This word is incredibly useful. Practice it. I can afford. I cannot afford. I can't afford. Excellent work. Here's another shopping phrase. To get a good deal. This means to buy something at a great price. I got a good deal on these shoes. They were 50% off. She always gets good deals when shopping online. Everyone loves a good deal. Native speakers say this all the time. Now, let's talk about prices. When something costs a lot of money, we say it's expensive or pricey. That restaurant is too pricey. These shoes are expensive. When something costs little money, we say it's cheap or affordable. This hotel is very affordable. I found a cheap flight to Paris. But be careful. Cheap can sometimes sound negative. It might mean low quality. So affordable is often better. Here's a phrase for when you're watching your spending carefully. To keep track of expenses. This means to monitor where your money goes. I keep track of all my expenses in an app. You should keep track of your spending. This helps you understand your money habits. And here's something interesting. Native speakers use this technique every day. Successful people always keep track of their expenses. Start practicing today and you'll see results immediately. Let's review quickly. We learned to save money, to put money aside. We learned about budgets and sticking to your budget. We talked about earning money and income. We discussed expenses and cutting costs. We learned to borrow, to lend, and to afford. We covered being broke versus being well off. That's a lot of vocabulary. But here's the truth. Knowing these words isn't enough. You need to use them. Start today. When you think about buying something, practice in English. I can afford this. Or this is out of my budget. When you save money, tell yourself, I'm putting money aside. Make English part of your daily money decisions. This is much easier than you think. And it works incredibly fast. Remember, learning English is a journey. Every video you watch, every word you practice, you're getting better. You're moving closer to fluency. And I'm here to help you every step of the way. So keep watching, keep practicing, and keep improving. Thank you so much for watching today's lesson on money vocabulary. I hope you found it useful. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more English lessons. And comment below with your favorite new phrase from today. Was it stick to your budget? Cut costs? Make ends meet? I want to know. Until next time, keep practicing your English. And remember, every word you learn is an investment in your future. See you in the next video. Goodbye.